For the lack of music at the beginning. I wanted us to get into the waiting room or get into the call and get ready and share the link and all that, but I am a one-man band today, so I did not have my editor to help me with the music. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. We have a fantastic session in store. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had actually posted to our Instagram and we called for topics from you because ultimately we want to educate on what's important to you, what clarities you're looking for. We got so many fantastic insights, a lot of things that we could use for Rimonde's videos, but we specifically got a couple of inquiries regarding the cleansers. When do I use them? How do you use them? What is double cleansing? So today's topic is entirely about cleansing with Rimon. So make sure to send out the link, invite new team members. This is quintessential to their understanding of the cleansing tenet with Rimon. For those that do not know me, I am Angie. I'm the product training and development manager here at Rimon North America and beyond, and I have the pleasure of taking you through the education on all things Rimon science. So without further ado, let's get started and I will share my screen and stay tuned because at the end of the call, I'm going to transition and I'm going to show you guys, you will be some of the first to see an all new promotion we are holding. So let us rather get started with the content. All right. So before we even become to appreciate cleansing with Rimon, because when we really think about cleansing as a concept, it seems so simplistic in its approach. You are cleaning your skin. But I think it is crucial that we first take a step back and we look at Rimon is what we are doing. What are we doing with K-Beauty? How are we transforming it? And that in turn really clarifies our cleansing offerings. So with the concept of Rimon as a K-Beauty brand, we are inherently supported by key technologies and key heritage practices behind K-Beauty that have existed for generations, that have been passed down from mother to daughter and so on, and simply empower us in the creation of our own products. Now, as a K-Beauty brand, we draw from these generational teachings. You know, there are histories in which cleansing was crucial to really maintain a beautification of the body, and it was seen as really allowing for a pure body and thus a pure soul. So all of that romanticization that comes for cleansing in terms of K-Beauty is brought forth here. But what's also crucial is that no matter what you're doing, these products are prioritizing self-care. Your skincare is not a routine. It is a ritual, something you're doing at the beginning and at the end of the day to truly empower yourself in achieving well-being. And so the cleansing products we'll go over today, and later on, if ever we were to discuss the other products, which of course we will, everything is going to be harnessed in this self-care appreciation. Now, with that in mind, Rimon carries a huge responsibility. We are looking towards responsibly formulating and creating robust product profiles that benefit you in the various concerns you might be looking for, be it effective cleansing or antioxidant care, hydration, but they have to also be transformational in respect to K-Beauty. So realistically, when we come to skincare, it is not merely about appearance and beautification. It is about importance. It is crucial to care for your skin at the beginning and at the end of the day. You know, oftentimes I hear individuals who say, well, I wash my face with hand wash and I'm lucky if I can find a moisturizer. And I balk at the concept of that, not because myself, I have 8 different products in my routine, but because that's an opportunity for someone to care for themselves, to really practice the importance of skincare. It is crucial for protection and ultimately for prevention. Now, a lot of times in the industry, we are looking for anti-aging solutions, hydration solutions, and a lot of that can come with just discipline in your routine. Of course, also in key top technologies and products, but maintaining hydration and cleansing and protection can bring you a great bout of prevention that allows your skin to look youthful long term. And I am a huge fan of the concept of well aging, of aging gracefully. There's all this talk of anti-aging and being against it and trying to stop it, but there's a way to age gracefully and beautifully, and these products are designed to complement you in that activity. Now, as I've mentioned, K-Beauty is fundamental to us, but we also like to lean into it because it is currently trending. Now, rest assured that despite its trending status, Rimon is here to stay because we have established ourselves in the fundamentalities of K-Beauty. But that trending connotation gives a lot of positive connotations and familiarity with Rimon's technologies and approach. Not only do you have those ancient roots and the stories to be told, but there's a significant staying power within our market. Most importantly, it's the expectation indication of undeniable results of that Korean glass skin. Now, in our approach to K beauty formulations, we of course want to set ourselves apart, and we have done so at length. You may already be familiar with our heritage ingredients, that giant byungpo and the Jeju lava energy water. These are in almost all of our products to transform not only their efficacies, but that rich story and heritage ingredient included. The liposomal technology, which is unique to the Radiance M100 products, is an equal consideration in the promise and performance of RIMON as a K-beauty brand, but as a brand. You know, we are competing against K-beauty products, but we're competing against Western beauty products as well. All of this is crucial consideration, rather, to make us last in the industry, in a saturated industry that is personal care. And so when we come to the design of a K-beauty ritual, we're all about those basic tenets of K-beauty, of cleansing, hydrating, and protecting your skin. Now, each of these exist with importance, and one cannot exist without the others. With cleansing, yes, you're removing impurities, but you're preparing your skin to really absorb the later topicals. You're also supporting the skin to properly slough off dead skin cells and to process essentially daily cellular repairs. With hydration, this also, of course, lumps in moisturization, antioxidant care, and all those key secondary benefits within a hydrating product. But this is where you're really ensuring that basic cellular health. At your healthiest, your skin is roughly about 64% water. So any decrease in that concentration can wreak havoc on your skin. It might appear simply as dryness or dullness, but could also encourage your body to overproduce sebum and get really oily. It can even lead to the appearance of superficial fine lines and wrinkles because the water is not there to bind and structure your dermis. So hydration is so simple, but so fundamental. And to lock in all of those efforts, we of course have your protect step. And in really the basic definition, it is UV protection, blocking those antioxidant, or rather those oxidants from wreaking havoc in your body, blocking those UV rays from creating those oxidants. But we also like to look at protection a little more deeply, you know, in the sense that you can also protect your skin by reinforcing its innate protection, which is your skin barrier. So making sure your skin barrier has the proper lipid and water balance and that it's soothed and balanced really can help maintain that protection from outside irritants penetrating and from internal water evaporating. Now, in the identification of these three tenets today, as I have mentioned, we are focusing on the cleanse. And as I had also mentioned at the very beginning, cleanse itself has a rich history that we can really learn from and understand how it has evolved into the cleansing products we know today. Now, we look towards a specific dynasty in Korea known as the Shilla dynasty, and it was reported that people regularly took baths as part of their everyday livelihood. It was seen that really a pure heart came with a clean body. And so in this, we see that romanticization of cleansing, not only of your skin, but of your body, of your hair, everything. It's a moment to refresh and often to reset. Perhaps at the end of the day, a bath really gets you ready to relax and forget all that has happened. This is very similar in its approach, that cleansing can be transformational. Now, of course, as cleansing and cleanliness has transformed into modern day expectations, we of course now have various scientific supports to this, a variety of different ingredients to employ those cleansing potentials, you know, be it rather surfactants or cleansing oils, all those different considerations, all the science and clinical studies behind those considerations. But cleansing has really come to be understood as a first step to quality skincare. Now, I will say, of course, that cleansing also does depend on your skin type. For someone like myself, I am sensitive, I'm a little bit dry, and so in the morning, I simply rinse with lukewarm water, and it's at night that I employ a cleanser. Those are still considered cleansing steps. Even with just the use of water, you are actively bringing in this aqueous solution, be it a cleanser or pure water, to remove impurities from the surface and to refresh the skin. Now, with that all in mind, and because I mentioned just using water, you might be asking, why should we cleanse to begin with? Well, in the almost obvious sense, so to speak, it is going to remove dirt and impurities, makeup and SPF that is adhered to the skin and cannot be removed with mechanical manipulation alone or friction with a towel. You need that water, you need that solution to get these effectively removed. It also helps encourage skin cell turnover. So, as many of you may know, your skin cells go through your skin cell cycle. And it's about a 4 to 8 week process, depending on your age, in which a new set of skin cells is formed at the base of your epidermis and begins to travel up over the weeks to the top, where it eventually sloughs off as dead skin cells. Your body is naturally able to produce this known as desquamation when those skin cells slough off, but sometimes they're stubborn and they adhere. So using cleansing, even if it's not an exfoliating cleanser, can help you remove some of those stubborn dead skin cells. Lastly, it is that preparation for enhanced absorption of topical products. Oftentimes, depending on the heat of the water you're using, you can open the pores to greatly enhance absorption, but you can also wet the skin to enhance absorption. It's all in the consideration of using cleansing to facilitate a better skincare routine in your topical products. Now, with all in mind, we also have to consider why we're employing cleansers. Now, many different impurities that build up on our face are stubborn and they need specific solutions. They need surfactants, they need oils to be picked up off the surface and rinsed away. For the utilization of cleansers, we contain specific ingredients known as surfactants, as I've mentioned. So these surfactants come in and they create microscopic bubbles around impurities, picking them up off the skin, and then you can easily rinse them away. So basically, the utilization of cleansers reduces the surface tension of these impurities so you can actually get to them and pick them off the skin. This is really fundamental also in the approach of K-Beauty double cleansing, because the way in which your impurity has adhered to the skin based on its solubility may call for a different ingredient or different product. And so that leads to the design of the K-Beauty double cleanse. This functions off the science of solubilities, where like dissolves like. An oil-based cleanser dissolves oil-based impurities. That could be the sebum that's built up throughout the day. That could be your sunscreen or even your makeup that is simply waterproof. All of this is best addressed with an oil-based cleanser. However, oftentimes in using an oil-based cleanser, even post-rinse off, you're going to have some residual oils on the skin that you'll want to remove with a water-based cleanser. Alongside the removal of these residual oils, it's going to attack any other impurities remaining on the skin that perhaps were not dissolved by the oil solubility and completely rinse them away. Now, the concept of a double cleanse actually dates back to the 14th century in East Asia. It was noted that women would utilize natural oils, rice bran, or even bean paste to dissolve makeup and impurities. So even here, with something that seems such a modern concept, it's employed with the specific technologies found in history. Now, of course, with the Riman double cleanse, you have a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different options. You'll almost always, or you will always rather, start out with our moisture cleansing oil. This is our oil-based cleanser. And then you have a lot of opportunities for your second water-based cleanser to use in your routine. We have our more exfoliating cleansing powder wash, our balancing gel cleanser, and the snow enzyme as an alternate, specifically here in the US and in Canada. And it can be difficult to decide which one to use, which one is best for you. So in the next couple of slides, we'll go through each product profile and identify how they're best employed and for who they are best matched. Now, the moisture cleansing oil, as I have mentioned, is really rich in that oil content. 76% of the formulation is just natural oils. So this is going to come in and dissolve that makeup and the SPF and the sebum, but it's employing things like jojoba seed and black cumin seed oil, which have alternate properties beyond just picking up those impurities. They maintain moisturization of the skin. Black cumin seed oil has antibacterial properties, and notably in formula, a key ingredient is the berry flux vita. This is actually a complex derived from raspberry stem cells to help maintain your skin's elasticity post-cleanse. Now, with the moisture cleansing oil, it's going to be dry hands and a dry face. I know individuals who use a singular pump and they can make that last for their entire face. I myself wear a lot of makeup, wear a lot of waterproof makeup, so I go heavy. I go 3 or 4 pumps, and you're going to massage that into your skin, really working around these different spots of debris, so to speak, up or impurity. Now, it is crucial that when you get to the eye area, and if you're working on some mascara or eyeliner, that you're gentle in this area. You don't want to tug and create superficial wrinkles. Once you feel you have efficiently removed some of these products, that it's all kind of just a darkened mass of oil on your skin, you're going to add a couple of drops of water and continue to massage. This is effectively emulsifying the oil to allow it to be removed from the skin. So once it's a bit milky, then you rinse it off with lukewarm water. Now, the moisture cleansing oil is really designed for any skin type. Of course, there are always unique considerations, which you are more than welcome to email me about if you have concern or if you have a customer that is hesitant to approach the moisture cleansing oil. But because it is just natural oil, 76% of it, and it is also removed by the following water-based cleanser, you can feel rest assured rather that it's pretty innocuous in its approach. Now we get to the considerations of the water-based cleanser, and newest to that lineup is our balancing gel cleanser. Now this is a daily gel cleanser that removes impurities, and it's enriched with giant byungpool to maintain hydration and barrier repair. This was initially designed as a mild and gentle formulation, and it performs exactly as such in the Eastern markets. But since bringing it here to North America, we've seen that its performance also does depend on not only your ethnicity, but also your location. If you're somewhere drier like Canada, somewhere more humid like Florida. So also keep all of this in mind. That does not mean you cannot use this product if you have a specific skin type or a specific location. I just typically recommend an adjusted use instruction, which I will get to. So balancing gel cleanser is formulated to a skin stable pH of roughly 5.5 or between 5 and 6. It is a vegan formulation as well, and it can exist as a standalone cleanser. So if you are someone that prefers to cleanse morning and night, you can go in with just the balancing gel cleanser, but you can also go in with just the snow enzyme or the cleansing powder wash. So just something to note. Now, this thing is packed with key ingredients, which makes it really unique because with a cleanser, you are washing it off. So a lot of key ingredients often have no purpose, but these key ingredients are all functional for the concept of cleansing, really making sure it is a robust cleanse. We have giant byungpool in two different formats. We have our giant byungpool P100, which is a powdered version of the giant byungpool. It effectively assists in that mechanical cleansing of the skin while reducing essentially a dry after feel to the skin. The lava byungpool water, which is that giant byungpool extracted in the Jeju lava energy water, is there to help maintain that hydration and moisturization. Now, the key products listed here, or ingredients rather, are really reinforcing that sebum control and that pore tightening. Sebo Clear MP and Pore Laser are both natural extracts that really focus on the maintenance of a stable production of sebum. So if you are someone that is oily or acne prone, this formulation is fantastic for you because it can help kind of control some of that sebum. It also reduces the favorable environment for the proliferation of a bacteria known to cause acne, specifically C. acnes. So it actually reduces that environment so that they can't thrive, and thus they can help you in addressing acne prone skin. Now, the Sebo Clear MP and the Pore Laser are also going to help visibly reduce the size of pores or to make them visibly tighter. So in a singular use of the balancing gel cleanser, it reduced pore size visibly by 40% immediately. So something to consider. I know many individuals have concerns regarding their pores. With the Pore Laser as well, again, it's a natural extract, but it has BHA-like activity. So there is no direct acid in the formula, no BHAs, but it does have the ability to help the skin in its cellular turnover. Again, with that concept of desquamation and proper removal of dead skin cells. This final natural extract is rich in saponins, which are natural cleansing molecules. So even at the base formation of this formula to cleanse the skin, we have natural ingredients helping in that performance. Now you can use as directed on the flip chart and on the box and on the product, but if you really want to maximize the use of this product for all skin types, I recommend that you ensure your skin is completely wet. You then take about a pea-sized amount and work in ample water to create a nice dilution, a gentle lather of the cleanser. You'll then massage it into the skin and rinse it with lukewarm water. Myself, I am dry, I am sensitive, and I love this cleanser when I use it in that way. It makes my skin feel so soft and even more radiant post-cleanse. Now, all that in mind, to summarize the balancing gel cleanser, it was designed to be mild and gentle. It really has robust performances for oily and acne prone skin, but with adjusted use instructions, it is beloved by any skin type. Now, with utilization of a daily cleanser, we do recommend that a couple times a week you swap out your daily for a more exfoliating cleanse. And in that concept, we have our cleansing powder wash. This was designed to be our more exfoliating cleanser, and it's a powder-based cleanser that is activated by water. It is subacidic in nature and enzymatic in its activity. So the main enzyme performing the chemical exfoliation is papain, of course, from the papaya fruit. This is going to help break down the keratin bonds that are keeping dead skin cells adhered to the surface of the skin. It's also going to go into the pores and begin to dissolve impurities that are lodged deep within. We've included asparagus stem and oat flower extract to soothe and calm the skin and maintain hydration post-cleanse. Now, if someone has oily skin, they have a natural lipid cushion to the surface and allows them to actually consider this as their daily cleanser, even morning and night. Otherwise, we typically recommend incorporating this into your routine in place of your daily water-based cleanser, roughly 2 to 3 times a week. If you are sensitive, again, such as myself, start out with once a week and work up from there, 1 to 2 and maybe even 3 times. I also know individuals who prefer 4 times a week. So this one is entirely up to your exploration of how often you would like to exfoliate, but make sure to regulate based on your skin type because we want to make sure we aren't overstripping the skin. Now, to utilize the powder wash, it's going to be about a nickel-sized amount into the palm, add a couple of drops of water, and massage it in together to really create that lather. Massage that into the skin and rinse away. You know, I had a fantastic question about this cleanser a couple of days ago, and the individual had asked the benefit of specifically using a foamer with the cleansing powder wash to get that big foam mass that you massage into the skin. You absolutely are more than welcome to do it. It's going to create a different experience with the cleansing powder wash. That foamer incorporates air, it incorporates more of the water, allows for a greater dissolution of the ingredients and formula. So it actually might create a gentler cleanse with the cleansing powder wash. If you are looking for more exfoliation, bringing it in purposefully into your routine, you might want to just go with a natural lather in the palms of your hands. And so, of course, we have our standard second option for a daily cleanser, and that is our snow enzyme cleanser. So this was actually introduced after the cleansing powder wash when the field called for a more hydrating cleanse, and this was the solution. So this focuses on that powerful cleansing with papain and bromelain, but these are in lower concentrations for that daily exfoliation and care over the concentration of the cleansing powder wash. Additionally, we have a patented complex known as the propolis biosome. This is derived from honey and helps skin maintain its moisturization and elasticity post-cleanse. And an ingredient common to the ಢîman lineup is our camellia flower extract. This is sourced by ourselves at Ask Base on Jeju Island, and it again looks to reinforce skin's moisturization post-cleanse, kind of that smooth after feel on the surface of the skin, not that dry and tight feeling. To use this cleanser, it can be wet or dry hands, wet or dry face. Use really as much as you would like, as little as you would like. I would say extrude about an inch out of the product, but you can absolutely use more, 2 or 3 inches. Work that into the skin until you get that lather really build up and rinse it away. Now, in the consideration of the 3 different cleansers, and I'll actually go back up to the slide showing all 3 next to each other. This is where we have options, and it can be overwhelming to have multiple options. Which one is right for me? What do I do for my skin? Now, as I mentioned, those with sensitive skin types, we do, of course, have to take a gentler approach. So if you're not oily, if you're otherwise sensitive and normal or sensitive and dry, I recommend skipping cleansing in the morning, instead rinsing with lukewarm water and focusing on that double cleanse at night. You'll do your moisture cleansing oil, and then you can either do the balancing gel or the snow enzyme cleanser as your daily. Of course, note with the balancing gel cleanser, that adjusted use instruction I mentioned. Once a week, you'll replace either of those with the cleansing powder wash. If you're someone that is oily, you'll go in with the moisture cleansing oil, and you can always go in with the cleansing powder wash if you feel it gives you that really good clean. Or the balancing gel cleanser would be perfect for you because of its design towards oily and or acne prone skin. Normal or combination, this is where the options are really up there for you. And oftentimes you can easily include both the balancing gel cleanser and the snow enzyme in your routine. You can use one in the morning and one in the evening. You can alternate each night. Really, because these are cleansers, it's different as if you were alternating topical products with key ingredients in there. Ultimately, these are rinsed away, but they still have fantastic efficacies in your skin in terms of moisturization and pore tightening. So depending on what you are looking for a specific night, you can swap between the balancing gel cleanser and the snow enzyme cleanser. And of course, if you have any questions, if I was not clear in any of this design, you are more than welcome to email me at the ritual@riman.com inbox, and I would love to help you out. But with the concept of cleansing, we don't merely stop at facial cleansing. Of course, your body needs to clean too. Your face skin and body skin do have differences. The skin on your body has more layers in that topmost layer, which is your epidermis. It has roughly 11 to 17 layers versus the upmost layer of the epidermis containing only 4 to 8. This means that skin cell turnover takes longer for that final layer. It roughly takes about 2 weeks for that to slough off versus 1 week for that surface layer on the skin on your face. Understanding that your body needs a little bit more help in the exfoliation capacity of your body skin. It furthermore has larger oil glands and pores, so there is more oil or sebum production on your body. This again really calls for a maintenance of sebum control via cleansing and maintaining a hygienic and clean state, especially in terms of your microbiome, reducing the chances of the proliferation of bacterial species that cause acne or that cause dandruff, etc. So we have other cleansers outside of the ICD skincare line. We of course have our ΔρÄI Plus shampoo as a powerful cleanser for your scalp specifically. And as I've mentioned in previous calls, we have the concept known as the skinification of your scalp, where really you're treating your scalp the same as you would your facial skin. It has the same layers, the same needs, and in that, we're really looking towards supporting those needs with something like the ΔρÄI Plus shampoo. Now, the ΔrÄI Plus is, of course, that patented extract to help maintain the density and thickness of your hair. But we also have chlorella oil and wild olive stem cells to beautify the whole hair structure, a comprehensive approach from root to tip. Now, your follicles are the alive parts of your hair. The shaft is dead, but it is still chemically alive. So it still needs that nutrition, it still needs that hydration, moisturization. Um, and really that maintenance of balance to have healthy hair and scalp skin. So with the shampoo, of course, you can utilize it as needed. You can use 1 or 2 pumps per wash if you're someone with thicker hair or longer hair or oilier hair. You can even go in twice with the shampoo. Work it in for about 30 seconds to a minute, rinse, and then do it all again. Additionally, in terms of cleansing outside of the skin, we also have that Swamel Nourishing Body Wash. And so here we're really coming into the considerations of your body skin differing to the skin on your face, needing a little more help in the exfoliation and in the maintenance of sebum. This Swamel here is a powerful ingredient for that. I have told the story about it before, but for those that are unfamiliar, Swamel is known as a bioremediator, but it is also known as a bioemulsifier. Essentially, it is comprised of biological systems that can help directly influence the skin and its balance. Swamel was used in an oil spill off the coast of South Korea to clean up some of the oil without disturbing the fish or the native wildlife. And it works for our skin beautifully in kind. It nourishes and moisturizes the skin without disrupting your skin barrier or your innate hydration complex. So in all this talk of biological systems, what Swamel specifically is glycolipids. These glycolipids are produced via bacterial fermentation. They're very surface active, microbiome friendly, really robust for the skin barrier as well. And it's crucial to have something in a cleanser that is otherwise going to strip the skin, that is moisturizing the skin and maintaining it long term as well. Additionally, we've included giant Bianpool amino acids. We have this in the ICD booster and serum and cream as well. These enforce antioxidant care, but they also enforce moisturization and really general vitality of the skin. The last two are really where the power is coming into play in terms of the differences between your facial skin and body skin. We have salicylic acid in there at a very light percentage, just 0.5%. This allows for daily exfoliation of the skin without overstripping it, really helping it in its desquamation process, but maintaining a healthy and intact skin barrier. And the lactobacillus ferment is friendly for your skin's microbiome, making sure you have a healthy balance of beneficial bacteria that can in turn help protect yourself against irritant penetration and also from water evaporation. And with, of course, to finish off the body wash benefit, it is simple to utilize in the shower. You can use your hands, you can use a loofah, massage it into the skin and allow it to foam nicely and rinse away. So that concludes our discussion today on the cleansing offerings with Rima. And I wanted to highlight, of course, that it might be a surprise that I also stuck in the Bodolab products, but cleansing is a total body experience. It is a quintessential experience to self-care, to the self-care ritual. So oftentimes we are so focused on our skin that we don't consider that much our body care or our hair care. We're just wanting something that smells good and makes us look shiny or look soft. So it's really important to appreciate cleanse as a holistic approach, a total body experience. So thank you so much for joining me in that journey. I had mentioned that at the end of the call, I wanted you to stick around because we have some insight into a fantastic opportunity that is coming up. Now, with this opportunity, I'm going to share it is specifically aligned with National Splurge Day, which is coming up, I believe, in a couple of days. So stay tuned because right now we are going through a new promotion that you are some of the first to be seeing. All right, so it's taken a while to load. There we go. All right, Miss Katie, if you could go to slideshow and present, that'd be awesome.
Hi, Miss Angie. I'm actually not in a monitor setup where I can do that. I greatly apologize, but if we can just use this slide, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, actually, Katie, then I'll go ahead and share. I had downloaded it just before I joined, but thank
Oh,
you so much for the
perfect.
help.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Just trying to help out.
you're all good. Thank you. And thank you all for your patience as well. I want to make
Yeah.
sure that you
No,
can
don't
see
worry,
this.
guys. It's worth it. Thanks.
Of course. All right. There we go. All right. Thank you for your patience on that one. So yes, National Splurge Day is coming up. So we are doing a promotion in honor of it. Of course, it's sometimes key to splurge a little, to treat yourself. And of course, with Raymond, we're also very concerned with sustainability and maintaining really proper consumption of things. But once in a while, having a treat for yourself in the form of product is a fantastic opportunity. So starting June 18th at 12 p.m. So that is tomorrow, Thursday at 12 p.m. until June 21st at 11:59 p.m. PT, or of course, while supplies last, you can get this bundle of products. It focuses on the Derm Booster and Serum and the cream, so specifically the Dermatology First package. And we're bringing back those Bodolab Soft Touch products, which perfect. We're talking about cleansing. So the Soft Touch hand wash is another quintessential approach to cleansing. We're looking towards nourishing the skin, but still removing impurities in your hands. They get exposed to a lot of impurities. So it is the perfect formulation. The hand cream, both of them are in the yuzu zest scent, but specifically with the hand cream, you're nourishing it with shea butter and with a variety of different polyphenols and extracts to maintain the health of your hand skin, which is just as important as your facial skin, as I had just mentioned. So both these products are limited time only offerings. We only bring them over a couple times a year. So if you didn't get your hands on it, or if you did the last time we brought them out and you want to restock, now is the time to do so. And in all of this, you get a free multi-stick balm. So $187 USD, $261 CAD, 168 SP, and 112 BP. Your total value, of course, is fantastic. It's $260, $16 USD, $301 CAD. So National Splurge Day is coming up. It is time to treat yourself just a little bit, and we've created a fantastic bundle for you to hopefully do so, or for help others who deserve a splurge do the same. All right. So with that in mind, of course, these materials related to National Splurge Day will be in the drive soon. So we are happy to share those so you may utilize and you may share. And I want to make sure, yes, so someone asked if it's a regular size. So the exact sizes of the products are what you're used to. It's none of the travel or mini sizes. So full size Dermatology First package, full size cream, and the hand wash and the hand cream. And specifically with the hand wash, you get the bottle and you get 2 additional packets of refills. So you really get kind of 3 rounds of hand wash potential. The hand cream, you get 3, I believe, 30 milliliter tubes in a box. So great for you, great to share, great to splurge. But thank you all so much for joining me today on today's Tradition Meets Innovation call. Typically, they happen on the 3rd Wednesday of the month if we're not in Product University, which of course, stay tuned for updates on that as well when it will start up again. But continue, please, to join me on the 3rd Wednesday because I love going over this education with you. Of course, if you have any questions about the content today, or if you have questions about National Splurge Day, feel free to reach out at ritual@riman.com for the questions on products and cs@riman.com for questions on the promotion. Have a fantastic Wednesday evening. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you next time. Talk to you then.